There.
Oh, she's got beautiful, beautiful eyes.
She's Swedish, this girl.
Let me get Caesar.
Drove all the way to Sweden for her.
Wow.
Oh, wait, you can't jump off
Swedish
there.
blonde.
Yes. Yes.
She's gorgeous. Okay, so you already know, I think, from your own experiences where you're going to go. You know, you're following that line. And I think you went across one then, by the sound of it, Jill.
This one, yeah. Yeah.
Now, the Doppler probe will detect any movement at all.
Right, yeah.
That includes you moving across the skin.
Right.
Okay, now 112, I would suggest is probably closer to the mum's heartbeat.
I mean, it's more that way.
This way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
There you go. If you think about the probe like a torch,
Right.
shining out a beam of light down into mum.
Right.
So if you simply changing the angle will change where that beam of light is going to, or where the ultrasound beam is going to, and come back.
Well, we've got something there.
So long as you've got gel, you don't actually need to press at all. You're just resting. The gel provides an interface between
right.
Yeah.
That's it.
I might have more luck down at this end.
Yeah, go and have a try down the other end, because there you're less restricted by ribs and stuff. All you've got down there is tummy.
Yeah, you got one straight away. Is that the placenta?
Not sure. If you can keep it still for a while, and let's see if we can get a count on that. Because the placenta will have a different pulse rate to the pup. But the placenta will be the same as mum's. So one other thing that you could do there would be to move the probe up and just have a listen to mum, and that will give you an idea as to how fast mum's heartbeat is beating.
So where exactly do I go for mum?
Just about where your hand is now.
120.
That sounds about right. I can't actually hear a pulse sound at all.
No, you can't hear it a lot. Pulse. I think that is that. Go back to the back.
If you put your hands put a hand in underneath her chest, up by her foreleg, and just cradle the whole sort of like that, then you should be able to.
She's completely different rate to what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, that's the key to it.
So that's puppy.
There you go. Yeah.
Normally goes up higher than that though. I wonder why it's not.
It takes a moment to calculate it.
Because yesterday the puppies, when we got on the hearts, they were going up to 200 and something.
Yep.
But you can hear that's a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The cord is like a swishing noise, isn't it? It's a different noise again.
Yes, it is. The arteries are driven by heart beating. So that's that pop, 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 pop sound. It's an arterial pulse sound that you can hear. That's a lovely picture. That's a super picture.
Now we're going to do one in the middle. I think this might be a puppy. It's clear as anything, isn't it? So the noise we hear in the middle, the noise we hear in the middle, that couldn't be coming from the puppy I've just scanned.
Probably not, because if you think of it as a sort of a fine torch beam shining into the patient. So yes, you can always get, if you get two vessels or one pup overlying another vessel, You
Yeah.
can always get crowding in that way. But
Yeah.
generally, if you're directly over that particular pup, then that will be what that is. That'll be that pup.
That's a swoosh.
Yeah, the sound of the wind in the trees, that's a major vein.
Sounds a bit slow, that one.
I'd say that's mum.
So then we've got, right, 1, 2, 3. She was scanned for 3 or 4 puppies. So we're curious to know if she's got 5, then this is more accurate than.
There we go. If you can hold it on that pulse, that'll count. The counting will catch up with it.
This is brilliant. Sit down.
She's saying, "I've had enough."
Try this one. Maybe probably about there. Okay.
There you go.
Can you hear that?
I can hear that loud and clear. And what I like about it is that it's a more natural sound. The video that we were looking at the other day was very much it was an artificial sound.
Yeah.
Because the equipment was what's called clipping, whereas this is more natural. So I was saying, yes, arteries make the sound of a pulse. So that's the whereas the sound of a vein is more like the wind in the trees or the seashore.
Yeah.
It's a sort of noise. And that's because the veins are taking blood back towards the heart, and it's not driven by a pulse. It's more of a passive flow.
Very exciting for us.
I'm absolutely thrilled.
Good one, yeah. If you could see Danielle's face, it's a picture. It's kicking me. Yeah. It's kicking. From when a bitch is pregnant, how soon do you think I might be able to detect a heartbeat?
I reckon from about 5 weeks.
At 5 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when we do an ultrasound.
Yeah. You may even be able to pick it up slightly earlier than that.
All right. That's ideal.
Yeah.
Because it's actually looking like this is more accurate than the ultrasound. Right. And that's quite amazing for to us as a breeder.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
It's a water-based gel with no
she
no
likes
additives.
licking it.
Yeah, no additives in there. Should be fine, but it would probably be best if she doesn't lick it because she might get diarrhea or something.
Definitely want it in.
That's placenta, I think. She's got the same on the other side. She has two there.
2 and 2.
So what we'll do is let you know when she's had them.
Yeah.
Whether on numbers, and then we'll know which one is more accurate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you are.
You're using a similar sort of technology to detect. One is obviously visual and open to interpretation. The other one is audio and open to interpretation.
Yeah.
And obviously the more you practice and the more you get skilled with identifying where on the patient or where on the bitch the pups are likely to lie, then your job will get easier and easier and quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
So
do you think this one there in the middle?
Yeah, I do. Keep it on there if you can, and see if the processor can catch up and count it.
This middle one don't go up that much.
No.
No, but it has gone up a little bit. Bear in mind that they're all individuals. So one could very easily be beating at 118. One might be getting a little bit anxious because it's now being squashed on the bottom, and poked and stuff like that. So they will react momentarily.
3 heartbeats, and they were all like 240. They went up to.
Right.
But she was anxious. Do you think that made a difference? See, Grace,
it makes a massive difference. What I don't know whether you would be able to do it with the Doppler yourself, but if we're using some equipment like a pulse oximeter, you could be sitting quietly with a pulse oximeter on your finger, which will be monitoring your pulse rate directly. If somebody makes you laugh, your pulse rate will double, and it doubles within seconds. So you've got a similar sort of thing going there. As I say, I'm not entirely sure how quickly it will pick up. If you're putting it on your own wrist, for example, you should be able to hear your own pulse.
Yeah.
And that will give you an idea. If you then laugh, you'll see how quickly it changes. So if the patient is anxious, that will increase the pulse rate quite dramatically.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. Because Kiki, she's very laid back, this girl.
Yeah, she is. She's lovely.
Yeah, she lets you do what you want to her. And her heartbeats are a lot different to the other bitches.
Yeah.
Right.
They're a lot lower. Yeah. I mean, I can see she's got one there, and she's got one there, the other side. It's just this middle one. I don't know. Would you say that was a heartbeat?
That it could be, or it could be overlapping or picking up off one of the other pups.
Right, that's what we wondered.
So my sage advice would be, if you found 4 distinct pulses, you've got 4. If you get 5, you've got a bonus.
Yeah, I mean that's the middle one.
Yep.
216.
Yep.
There's definitely something there, I think. Because the other one's stuck here.
Bearing in mind that you have 2 down on the other side.
Yeah, there's 2 on the other side.
It could have been that I'm picking up, couldn't it?
It's possible.
Yeah.
And all this messing about with this cold gel and this tickly stuff all over her tummy.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She is, isn't she? She's gorgeous.
She really is.